Hello, everybody. I'm Larry.
Larry, we are down the peninsula from San Francisco as you get a look inside modern Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Straight ahead, we've got a good one on tap here between the Baltimore Ravens and the San Francisco 49ers. Returning it, Carlos Henderson. And a nice job there as he gets this one up just shy of the 35-yard line at the 34. First carry for Carlos Hyde. And he's across the 43 extra yards to the 43. The numbers on the ground for Hyde last week. He was creeping up toward 200 yards. Thought he was going to get there. Didn't quite make it, but also 2 rushing touchdowns.
And even if he only got about half those numbers this week, his team would take it in a heartbeat, wouldn't they? Because last week, he was spectacular.
He was well over 100 yards last week. He told us this week, a little ambitious, said he wants to hit that 200 mark. We'll see.
Makes sense, though, doesn't it? Have we ever run into a running back that had a great game the week before that didn't think that's just going to naturally continue? Just make sure you feed me the football. And that's what they're all about. Continuity, rhythm, number of carries. Just keep giving it to him.
And he's going to take this one up only to about the 44-yard line. He can muster only a yard there, and they'll be left with a third and very short. And the defense searches for one more stop here after the run on second down. They'll run it. Here's Hyde. And he's going to go backward. They get him behind the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on 3rd down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed him for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. Play action here on 1st down. That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. A very solid gain of 27.
And the game just keeps evolving. Big guys running those corner routes, so difficult to cover.
Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. Room to run inside the 40. Touchdown, 49ers. Melvin Gordon, his 6th touchdown of the season. And the Niners have taken the early lead. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Gano out to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And the last drive, the first drive for them, not very good. 3 and out. What do they go to here?
Well, you don't look down at your play sheet and say, this is what the problem is. Now, let's find out who my playmakers are. Get the ball in their hands, and maybe the offense will move a little bit better.
Sometimes it's more important to get it to the right people rather than dialing up the right number.
Exactly.
Or the right play, yeah.
That, too.
And that's complete. It's Ellington. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there.
On second down, Hyde. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to say?
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
Now defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
Well, we know that the identity of this offense is to throw the ball. They've got to run it every so often, if for no other reason than to tamp down the pass rush. They can't let them just tee off and get to their quarterback.
Returnable for Lockett. An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Niners will go on offense, 1st and 10. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And certainly they'll be hoping to hit pay dirt like they did on the last drive. Got the football back, so a chance to go up 2 scores.
And they haven't been tentative at all in this ball game, because sometimes you start a game with your script to try and get information out of the opposing defense. How will they play you in certain situations? Sometimes you script to attack. And that's what I'm seeing so far.
Just a yard on the catch there. It'll be 2nd and 9. So they complete the pass, and now they face a second down. Now Garoppolo. Forced out to his left. This one grabbed by A.J. Green. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
Sometimes it's designed, and sometimes you just have to know when to leave the pocket and move and make something happen. On that play, he was able to get on the run and was still accurate throwing the football.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. Now Gordon on 1st down. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46. Second down, 8.
Here we go now. Green, 39. Green, 39. All right, now, Lucky 56. Lucky 56.
Looking to throw. Garoppolo. Flush to his right. That was going to let it go deep right sideline. So the long attempt falls innocently to the ground, and it brings up 3rd.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Kamale Correa with a big-time sack on 3rd down. And it'll be a loss of 7. Partner, we had their game last week where they had 6 sacks, so a little bit more momentum here again in the first quarter.
And last week it appeared that they were coming out of sprinters blocks, chasing the quarterback. So how do they continue that? How do they keep making it happen? Different looks, different disguises, different angles that they chase it.
They were so disruptive last week. We'll see what the trend is here as we go forward. Here comes the Raven offense now, ready for another possession. This is their 3rd drive. Right now, maybe not about points, just about getting something. They haven't gotten a first down yet in this game.
It's a mental barrier you don't think about until you go a couple of drives without getting a first down. Then all of a sudden it looms big. It gets harder and harder to actually attain that first down.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
We think, Brandon, I like the intensity this defense is showing right here in these first few drives. They're not just holding the line because they're doing their job, but they're doing more than that, aren't they? They're getting a nice push into the offensive backfield.
And a great example right there for the loss on the tackle. They run it again with Hyde. And he'll get across the 20, but only to about the 22-yard line. Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up. Shotgun now for Bortles. And the Niners get there and bring him down.
Oh, my goodness. Was that a defensive back that got to him with the pressure?
Oh, look at the former defensive back. You're all smiles up here.
I hope everybody can hear my smile on that play.
And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. Now it's Lockett. A good return there, 17 yards. And that will come the offense as they take over. A first update now out of Jacksonville. And the Jags, they're out to an early lead there. And we'll keep an eye on that one as our game goes along here.
Hurry up, here we go. Green 39. Green 39.
Now a play fake here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations, because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. And incomplete there. A nice hit. Jars the ball free and brings up 3rd down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
On 3rd and long, it's Garoppolo. And Ingram hauls it in. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
All right, I'm doing my rudimentary math here. That's his 3rd catch here in the first quarter. I don't know if it's just game plan or he's just finding his way open.
And maybe a little of both. They run it here with Gordon. And he'll be taken down right around the 41-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. Now they're making a real first quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes,
second down, here's Garoppolo. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Richardson. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. They call it a gain of 19, and it moves the chains.
I know we just saw a nice throwing catch, but how about the big guys up front buying that time? Yeah, that's exactly what they did. They created time and allowed the space to happen, and it turned into a really nice play.
This is Gordon. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 more on that one, and another first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
They go back to Gordon here on first down. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, that call makes sense because they've been throwing it well on this drive, and once again they show passing formation, showing the shotgun. Then they ran out of it. That's a nice play by them defensively, though, to hold it to a short game.
Garoppolo to throw on second down. The quick slant caught. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Paul Richardson with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead. And his kick is good.
Now that touchdown won't allow you to totally relax, but you can breathe a little easier now. Just increased their lead.
Gano out to kick this one away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And his throw is incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Bortles again here on 2nd and 10. Complete here. It's Hyde. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. They'll get a couple yards on that one. And that'll lead here to a 3rd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end. But running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
On play action, it's Bortles. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. It's taken to the 26. 12 yards on the return that time, and the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Melvin Gordon now, he and the offense, they trot back out there. And we check the rushing numbers so far here into Week 6, and the returns have been really good. Now, you're starting to hit that stride middle of the season toward the end. They're certainly hoping they can keep up this production.
They are, because one of the adages in the NFL is that defense travels and defense endures even in bad weather, right? You know what else does? A good running game. And people want that, especially as you head down the stretch. You may play outdoors in some nasty stuff. You're trying to get to the playoffs. This is the time to get it going. And individually, I don't think you should just think about 1,000 yards either. The bar has to be set higher with this beginning.
Garoppolo again here on 2nd and 10. Sets up the screen to Gordon.
Missed.
This will not go down. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. And that one results in 35 yards.
The best passing attacks in the NFL often incorporate the guys out of the backfield catching the football. And that's what we just got on that play. As a primary receiver, not always just a check down, not always a safety valve. Sometimes they just get it to him right.
And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Melvin Gordon with his 2nd touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it's capped off by a touchdown run coming from Melvin Gordon. Gano out to kick this one away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Now Carlos Hyde gears up to take the field again. They haven't been able to get him on track. They haven't been able to get this offense on track. No points so far.
Maybe it's time to start doing a few different things. Throwing the ball a little bit, maybe featuring other people touching it for a while, and then you get a chance to come back to it when things have changed a little bit. They have to make an adjustment.
And still time for him here as we sit in the second quarter. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through.
And he's got daylight. It's a foot race. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. His second touchdown on the season. And the Ravens get a bit closer. Down 3 scores already. This game was really in danger of getting away from them. They needed a drive like that, especially on the road.
Not only to calm themselves, but maybe tamp down the crowd a little bit because everything was against them. As you noted, this game could have gotten away from them very easily, but instead, the calming drive, now they have a little bit more confidence. Okay, we're back in it. All right, we're ready to go. That was impressive.
And the defense now needs to reciprocate. Here now a look at Melvin Gordon. He's already cruised past the 100-yard mark. We haven't even gone away for halftime yet.
He might not want halftime. All right, why cool off?
Keep everybody here.
Stay out on the field and keep going. But all that being said, everything is really working well for them. The play calling's been excellent. The blocking's been terrific. And obviously his vision and legs have hurdled him to this big number so far. We could be seeing something really special here.
And we'll see how much they give him the ball here. So they took a shot on first down, but couldn't connect.
Well, I guess we just discovered that someone is certainly not going to sit back and just take it in this game, huh?
No, they were trying to get that touchdown back in one shot.
One shot, trying to help out his defense and let the other team know they were coming after him.
To throw is Garoppolo. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Tyus Bowser coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack, although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that. And the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of...
There goes Green, past the 20, and across the chalk, into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the 49ers add on to their lead.
I think if you polled defensive backs, they would say the corner route, take that out, make it illegal because that is so hard to recognize and so hard to adjust because your first move is to not get beat in the middle of the field. And that's how they move you first before they break off to the corner.
But then as the wide receiver, great job. It's tough to turn those upfield and go, but he did a great job with it there.
Really good balance, really good body control. And how about the end result? A touchdown.
And let's look at Carlos Hyde now. He's had a good chunk of carries. Problem is for very little success. I don't want to put it all on his shoulders, but that's a big reason they're losing right now.
Have to be very careful that he doesn't start pointing fingers. Offensive line obviously trying. The defense has done a nice job against him today. When it's all said and done, it's all about the guy in the mirror. He has to get it done better going forward.
See if he can look and do some soul searching now.
No gain on that run, and while this team is down, they're not out of it by any stretch of the imagination. Maybe you just have to think about a different style of running in order to get this guy going.
Give him 3 yards on the run there. That still leaves him with a difficult 3rd and 8 coming up.
But it hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much. The Ravens on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. Working from the gun, it's Bortles. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Here's Sam Cook now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. Pulled in at the 24. And now running right through it. Great blocking on the return. It springs him for 25. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The San Francisco offense getting their last-minute instructions before they take over here. They've really distanced themselves. They have put the pedal to the metal, I guess, so to speak.
So definitely have them in the rearview mirror, don't they? I mean, you're exactly right. Being able to string together these drives that end up in points, it's almost like a run in basketball to create that distance, and they're on a really big-time one right now.
It becomes contagious, doesn't it?
It absolutely does, because oftentimes it translates to your defense as well, because they're excited about getting the ball back for their offense that's playing so well.
Well, they are clicking right now. We remind you that coming up at halftime, Larry Ridley will have the highlights and analysis of this first half from our studios in Orlando.
And I have a fairly solid idea about which team will be featured prominently in those highlights.
Might be a little bias. A good pick up there. 8 yards on the first down completion. Now a play fake. Garoppolo. And it's complete. In the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Evan Ingram, his 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. And he is a reliable target. They like to get him involved. They got him involved there for the score.
And they should. He's a very good player. Remember, they can use him in certain positions, so many different spots, and he usually comes through for them.
Gano out to kick this one away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Now Carlos Hyde gears up to take the field again. And a lot of times you talk about establishing the ground game. Probably something they need to do more of here, losing in the second quarter.
When you're riding your best torch, you've got to lather him up. The best running backs I've ever talked to, they've all said the exact same thing to me. I even break a good sweat until I get to 20 carries.
You're full of good wisdom. Let's see if they can get him into the game more now. Bortles going to throw. Over the middle, he finds Henderson, complete. They get 14 on that one. That's good for a Baltimore first down. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. On first down, Bortles. Out to the flat for Hyde. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make this a second down. Now they got to get to the line quickly. Bortles to throw on second down. He finds his running back, Hyde. And now before this first down play, we're going to get a timeout here, as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1. Bortles now on first down. Man open right side. It's Rodgers. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Into the red zone. It's Bortles. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. Dante Fowler coming hard on the blitz. He dumps him for a loss of 8.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack.
Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Zach Brown in there to drop him, and sacks on first and second downs are going to lead to a 3rd and long. On 3rd and long. It's Bortles. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henderson. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown.
That's one of the better examples of clock management I've seen. Whittled it all the way down just about and still put the ball in the end zone.
Well, just a methodical drive and something really to take into the lockers here. And it's up and good. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Tyler Lockett now with a return. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And unless this is a quick incompletion, this is likely the last play here of this first half.
Now let's go. Green, 39. Over.
Garoppolo, a final shot here before half. On the right side, caught by Green. And out of bounds on the other side of midfield across the 45. And no update from Larry this week, apparently. We'll try again in week 7. But for now, let's get back to the action, ready to kick off the second half. This is taken near the 13. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. Here comes the 49ers offensive unit as they'll have it first to begin this third quarter. They built a good first half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustment. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Cole Richardson with his second touchdown of the game, number 8 on the season. And the 49ers add on to their lead.
You have fun with this one, partner?
I am. I mean, he's been fun to watch under center.
We always talk about, getting to the next level, right? When we see people get into the zone. This guy's in the master class right now. What a performance he's putting on, just carving them up.
4 touchdown passes. Carving him up is right. Seems like everything he throws is going to be a completion and going in the end zone. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. But sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now Bortles throwing on second down. His throw incomplete.
Let's face it, if you want to get back into the game, these are the kind of throws you got to hit. He's wide open right there. Got to be able to get it to him, don't you think?
And those are the throws that haven't been available to them every time he's dropped a pass. Yeah, that's a big miss. Bortles now to throw. He dumps it to high. 12 yards to pick up there. Good for a Raven first.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Bortles now on first down. And he slides to avoid the hit. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it'll bring up a second down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And the play goes nowhere. Losing yardage back near the 40 at the 39. He lost 2 there, and it's third down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Open man is Henderson. That's complete. And he'll take it into the end end zone for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. His third touchdown of the game and fourth on the year. And the Ravens cut into that lead. Well, yes, that's his third touchdown catch, which is very impressive. But on the scoreboard, they're still struggling.
So safe to say that without him, my goodness, yikes, they are in major league trouble. He's doing his best to try and keep them in the game.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. On the return, the All-Pro 2 years ago, Tyler Lockett. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And San Francisco gets set to go here. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, we'll see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. That's what you worked on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37.
You know how we get focused at end of the half and into the game situations about how much time's on the board and, you know, what you need to do? Sometimes you don't even have to worry about that. That's just smart football. You know, that kind of a lead, staying in bounds, it burns clock, even in a situation that we're not really focused on it.
It's caught at the 10. A big play there for the Niners. 55 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year and the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
It's a gain of a couple, and it'll be second and goal.
That didn't just feel like good defense there. That felt like pride, didn't it? He's already gotten into the end zone twice, trying to get there for a third time. No one likes to have the hat trick against them.
Now Garoppolo throwing on second. And he hauls it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Melvin Gordon, his third touchdown of the game, his 8th on the year. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. Well, he wasn't the guy they were initially going for, but after going through the progressions, it worked.
When you have plenty of people who can catch the football, you don't always have to go to your primary target, and sometimes that target is actually covered. Nice job coming off of that and getting it to someone who was open.
And the man out of the backfield gets in for the score. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. A gain of 3, second down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. Throwing now as Bortles runs through the contact. Ellington has it, middle of the field. He got 29 yards that time. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
They'll give to Hyde. And they went the wrong way there. Losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a third down.
With the struggles we're seeing up front for the offense today, they've got to think about changing up their play calling. Some screens, some draws, some quick-hitting plays in order to try and supplement the run game. You don't totally abandon it, but you try and give it a little bit of help.
Here we go now. Green, 90.
Throwing his Bortles on third down. It's complete. Flainer, right side. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. They stop him for only 3 that time, and that'll bring up fourth down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Melvin Gordon now, he and the offense, they trot back out there. He's already hit pay dirt twice. He's up over 100 yards. He is feeling good.
And he's just zipping along today. Everything coming together for him. It's that type of a day that you see a back just kind of have a grin on his face every time his number is called. Because he doesn't feel like there are going to be any lost yardage plays.
It's caught inside the 25. A big play there for the Niners. 56 yards.
There will always be a place for methodically marching the ball downfield. But when you can pick it up in big chunks and strike like that, have explosive plays, that's often the difference in winning and losing. Those types of plays that can knock a defense off balance, that'll drive a team towards a victory.
Open man right side is Ingram. And he'll be brought down inside the 20 at the 19. That throw good for 4. It's second down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
On second down, here's Garoppolo. And that is out of the back of the end zone, incomplete. He was looking for Evan Ingram, the tight end. And it's third down.
Boy, you will not see a quarterback of his caliber miss on one like that very often. I mean, there it is, wide open, got the shot, and he misfires.
We talk about, boy, he'll want that one back all the time. He definitely wants that one back. Throwing is Garoppolo on third down. This is Gordon on the dump off. They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a first and goal. And on that last play there, he's over 400 yards passing now.
You know what that generally means?
Success.
That, and it means you really didn't miss opportunities. Usually very...
And across the chalk, into the end zone, it's a 49er touchdown. Melvin Gordon, a 6-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers continue to roll. And let's not forget he had the receiving touchdown earlier. Now a trio of rushing touchdowns. Quite a performance.
Diversification. That's all you can talk about. His ability to do everything leaves him on the field on every down on offense because you can hand it to him as we've seen. Would you say 3 rushing touchdowns? And, of course, throw it to him where he's caught 1 as well.
And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
And the tight end has it, Fleener. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to third down.
And there's another completion to the tight end. And let's face it, it is hard to overthrow a 6'6" target.
It is indeed. Quarterbacks like their speed guys. They like that huge 6'6" target that they've got in him.
They really do. And it reminds me of what one great tight end told me once. He had told his quarterback, just make sure you throw it up there. You know, kind of like put up in the top shelf where the kids can't get it. What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. Fielded at the 20. A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. On the NFL scoreboard, third quarter now from Jacksonville. And the Jaguars have scored again, so they are in the driver's seat big time in that one. Remember to keep an eye on the ticker, of course, at the bottom of your screen for updates on that game and others around the NFL.
Green 39. Detroit. Over.
They go play action here on first down. And he's got his man on the out route. And he's brought down. He got 18 yards out of that one, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Here we go now.
Now a 10th carry for Melvin Gordon. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
This is Gordon as they go to him again. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. He'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. Back now here in Santa Clara. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Niners on third down. They've been good. 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 11.
All right, here we go. Blue 90.
They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Throw left side complete. That's Richardson. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. 23 yards on the play. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on third down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
And he's able to work it here to the 8-yard line. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are. And then it's...
And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Paul Richardson, his 3rd touchdown of the game, number 9 on the season. And the 49ers, they're just pouring it on. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Gano out to kick this one away. This is taken at the 3. And he'll take this one near the 25, call it the 26-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Now Bortles. And he's got it over the middle. Flainer. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 23 yards on the play. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be a second down. On second down, here's Bortles. And some room to maneuver. Got some real estate inside the 30. And heavy contact. He is knocked down hard at the 18-yard line. A really nice gain of 25 yards. So after that big gain, let's see what else the offense has up its sleeve. First down, a run with Hyde. And he'll take this one down near the 15. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down.
Well, so many times we look at a short run and we praise the offense for trying to set the tempo and establish things. But the defensive guys, hey, they just won the battle there. It wasn't a big run given up. They don't always have to absorb the body blows. Sometimes they dish them out themselves.
And they get to him quickly here as he stopped right around the 13. 2 yards on the carry there, and it's going to lead him to third down.
Sometimes play calls boil down to philosophy. You know you're facing one of the top 10 units against the run in the NFL. So do you decide to keep smashing against them, or do you decide to throw the ball here?
And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. DeForest Buckner in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit. So still lots of work left to do, but here comes the onside kick. Well, in the grand scheme of things, it's likely not going to matter much, but at least they get themselves 3 points closer to respectability.
And I don't know that they're going to feel a whole lot better about things because they've clearly been outplayed all game long. But, hey, no reason not to take the points when the opportunity presents itself.
Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people have pointed out to me, it's a video game, man. Go ahead and put the numbers up. Sportsmanship, not an issue.
Exercise those fingers.
Hurry up, here we go. 3-19.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. Oh, there's that man again. It's complete. A solid pickup of 13 sets him up 1st and goal. And looking to put this game on ice in the fourth quarter, but still not afraid to throw it as they show there.
You want to play the game with confidence, and they have a guy who's in control right now. Their trigger guy throwing it, they feel just as confident with him doing that as they would if they tried to run the ball and run the clock out.
And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. He'll get 6 on the ground there, and it'll be 2nd and goal coming up.
Let's go. 3-19.
2nd and goal. Defense digging in again here. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. Give him right around 4 on the carry. We'll see if they want to keep pounding here on 3rd and goal. 2 straight shots on the ground. Now on third, do you go to the air?
I think the possibility exists, and if you're doing it, you're probably going play action since you ran it twice. But I often think that second down is the time you go play action and throw the ball. I say commit to the run and think about it being 4-down territory. Now, this feels like old-school football because this has turned into a good old-fashioned goal line stand. So on offense, what do you do now? Do you decide to run it or throw it if you go for it on 4th down?
They're going to run. This is Gordon. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals. And that rushing touchdown is Ford puts him just one shy of the NFL record in a single game.
And we all know he would love to get to that record and even beyond it. But he doesn't need to in order to impress in this one, does he? What a performance. What an absolute great game that he's had here in this one.
This fielded at the 2. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Over the middle, it's caught by Rodgers. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
The Raven passing game getting in sync, another first down. Time for a break. This one, all over but the shouting. We'll finish it after this. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. On 1st and 10, here's Bortles. And he just gets rid of it, throws it away. A wise move there, looked like nobody open, now 2nd down.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Bortles going to throw. They go screen pass to Hyde. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down. Now Bortles again. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops.
Well, this defensive pressure has been constant all game long. The pass rush, the coverage, they've all been excellent, and now they'll tack on an interception here as this one continues to slip just further and further out of hand.
Garoppolo looking to throw. And Green with a catch left side. The 20. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
And now we've at that stage of the game, partner, where one of our predecessors, one of the great commentators of all time, he used to sing in this situation when this game appeared to be over.
I know the fat lady's been singing for some time.
No, not her at all. This is one of our guys.
But she's singing too.
Oh, she's
on like the 5th tune.
She left scales way behind. But he used to sing something about turning out the lights. The party was over.
And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. And now Baltimore gets set to take the field. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again.
And down he goes. The 49ers get there. Dante Fowler in there to drop him for his 5th sack of the year.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
Here we go now. Green, 90.
Bortles to throw on second down. Now he's hit, and Bortles fumbled. It's loose. And this is going to be 49er football.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the fourth quarter.
You'd say an afternoon to forget, absolutely.
Let's go. Green.
Well, Garoppolo's going to throw it. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages.
No. Check. Patriots.
Garoppolo to throw on second down. Over the middle, he's got his tight end Ingram. Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this fourth quarter of play. The Niners on third down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And he's going to get the first down as they bring him down at the 23. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks. They keep it on the ground. Again, Gordon. He's to the 10. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Now before this second down play, we'll get whistles and a timeout. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside.
Watch tight. Tight end right. Here we go. Gun. Alert. All right, now look at 56. Watch it now, Barney.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. Second and goal as the offense looks to try to punch it in. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now.
Here we go now. Green, 39.
They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
I've got to laugh here, and I really don't want to because the old school in me is not happy about this score this late, not necessary. But this is Madden, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is how it works.
Rub it in. Have a day.
I mean, what does it matter? These guys who are playing in this game, there are no feelings
Exactly.
there.
They don't have to face the guy. Well, they might if they're in the same room going head-to-head.
But that's
the
about
virtual guys on the screen don't have to face each other after this one.
In that case, run it up.
And barring something unforeseen, this will be the last play of the game.
Here we go. Green, 90.
One final try now for Bortles. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A big offensive explosion helped lead.